very important question to address. You see, we are supposed to be one of the most ancient traditions. That's wonderful. So we've got a lot of material from antiquated times, from ancient times. A lot of interesting ideas about spirituality that we've been carrying forward over thousands of years. What's wrong? Nothing wrong. It shows, if you like, the magnanimous kind of ancient tradition that we subscribe to. Fair enough. The problem is this: the world is moving very fast. The Hindu youth are moving very fast. They have great difficulty in relating to ideas that the older generation were comfortable with. I'll just give an example. You see, at the moment, if you look at the older generation, they're interested in just two things: colorful narratives, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Puran, and just bhajan, singing glories of God and wonderful. And they get carried away and they dance, and nothing wrong with any of that. For the older generation, that is the best way to engage with spirituality. Please carry on, don't get in their way. But the youth are not going to tolerate this. I don't know a single youngster that I come across who will say they are interested to go to bhajan or to listen to katha. Even though the kathakars are supposed to be quite well famous, the youth are not bothered, not at all attracted or interested in that at all. So in a way, we are losing our youngsters very quickly because they would rather subscribe to a Bollywood agenda, a highly materialistic agenda, rather than the spiritual agenda that is our speciality. So it is necessary to pull them forward. Now I'll show you how badly things have become, how badly things have gone for Hindus. You see, a lot of things that we heard in ancient times are no longer relevant. How does this show up? For example, in the rituals. They'll carry out certain rituals without realizing why they are doing it. The most important issue about ritual is you must understand why a specific ritual is carried out. If you do things without understanding the why reason, why bother with any ritual, whether it's a wedding ceremony or whether it's going on pilgrimage or whatever, celebrating festival, you must know the why behind it. Then you are safe, because then you can evolve. If you don't know the why reason, then you know in no time, you soon become a very stodgy, a very mechanical and meaningless enterprise. And that is what is happening. Almost all the rituals we are carrying out at the moment are done in a mechanical manner, in a meaningless manner, without any understanding of what is the background to it. So the why thing has been completely forgotten. It's become meaningless, mechanical, ritualistic practice. Again, you see, the other issue that I must say is this. Even the narratives, for example, we have lovely, colorful ancient narratives with all these very polished images of gods and goddesses, participating for the betterment of greater humanity. So good. But they are so polished up over thousands of years, we cannot relate to modern personalities who are perhaps equal or better than the previous personality. We just can't relate to them because they seem to be so ordinary, while the ancient ones that we subscribe to, like Ram or Krishna, they are so posh, posh and kind of polished image. So we hope that the modern prophets also should look like that, like very polished. They will not. They will look very ordinary. And because of that, we lose out. We can't appreciate the modern prophets because we are stuck on the antiquated ones with kind of very polished up image that we love. Oh, we love this. So again, this inability for us to move from the ancient personalities to modern personalities is one of the serious flaws. If you tell the modern Hindu youngster, oh, you see, you must listen to the stories of Krishna, etc., doing these magic tricks or that, lifting mountain, it doesn't sound sensible at all. Talk about a modern personality who is talking things which are suitable for the modern world, they will immediately engage with it. So our storytelling, the narrative part is struggling, it just caught up with antiquated stuff. And I tell you how bad it is. In rude language, I would say it is just wallowing in sentimentality. Look out at all the kathas. They just kind of wind you up, wallowing in sentimentality. There is no deeper vision. They give us a little quirky bits of philosophic ideas and how to lead your life, and it sounds nice, but that is all it is. For a modern thinking youngster, it's not good enough. You need to move to modern personalities and their prescription of how to lead a religious life. We are not able to do that. So ritual struggle, the narrative struggle, the philosophy goes even in a worse situation. I tell you, Nishit Bhai, if you look at the Hindus today, modern, intellectually, Hindus who are doing well in IT and, head of big the chief executive officer of major companies, their knowledge of Hinduism is so scattered, so disjointed, they have moved away from it completely. So the philosophic idea that we would need a joined up system of thinking has been lost. Only the modern vision that offers you a more joined up, more rationally oriented system of thinking can in a way be embraced by modern intellectuals, Hindu intellectuals, youngsters throughout the world. So again, I'm saying, please recognize our limitation, and this is why we are having this serious problem. So we need to move from the antiquated vision. Nothing was wrong with it. We carry forward and let our elders carry on with the tradition of bhajan and katha. Good luck to them. But for the modern thinking youngsters, this is no longer acceptable. And one of the worst things that's happened because of is this. The modern Hindus who are very affluent, very rich, very clever, well established throughout the world, for them, the religion has become very simply money. Just get more money, more bonuses. You go to the top banks, get the top job, and get these huge sums of money, millions of dollars, and say, wow, we made it, we hit the target. So they have lost track of a very spiritual aspiration for a very materialistic, highly, physical and monetary-minded understanding of their own tradition. This is why, see, the only Hindu ritual they will see in the UK is wedding ceremony. Hundreds of thousands of pounds are wasted, literally wasted overnight, and there is no deeper vision regarding it. So purely showmanship, because I made money, look, I'm making so much money, I can spend so much money. So this has become the religion of modern, intellectuals in the Western world. We need to move them from that to think about a spiritual aspiration rather than purely a materialistic aspiration. So we are lost off big time.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism, sponsored by People Care, encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.